You're welcome, everyone. Again, this is our 11th symposium, and it's our third one in the series of the Legacy for Future Generations. And we have our presenter, Jenny Zota, who has a journey to emancipation in her presentation. Jenny, are you able to just speak on these slides? Even if there's no video?
Well, I'm sharing the slides from my computer, so she can talk the slides and I can change them.
She's still here?
I have to get back and look.
I'm still in, but I don't want to be talking and they put me off. My office is about to shut down. That's why I'm talking. I want to share my recording that I did.
Did you send the email with the link?
That's what I'm doing right now. I told him to give me 5 minutes to send it to you quickly.
Okay. Jenny really wants to share her presentation, and she got into a bind with the time that she's now trying to find the time to actually do the presentation.
I suggest maybe the next presenter should go ahead, then Jenny can come in later.
Six.
Yeah, let me see if we can check that possibility out here. See if the next presenter is available.
What's the question? Couple of records now in Africa. Give me the question. Give me the question.
Mohammed Farhan Hassan. No, I do not see our next presenter is available yet. So, Jenny, can you at least talk your presentation until your office closes?
All right.
Please.
Let me just go ahead. But I was so much, I've been ready so happy for you. Hello. Hello.
Hello, we can hear you.
You hearing me?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening. Hello to all. I'm Jenny Zota from Liberia. I'm so much happy to be a part of this event, this conference, to share out my life legacy to the future generation. When I was told about this, I said, indeed, that is what I really want. Let me share up my life. And now, the beginning of my legacy, I want you to go back and to take a look back. I'm going back to the life I was before, where I came from and how I was. From a humble and poor background, I was reared up with a single parent who took on all of the initiative to bring me up, to take care of me, to educate me. It wasn't I alone with my siblings. We are 6 in numbers. and she had extended relatives with her. But from all of the pains and traumas she went through, it was so, am I clear? Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you, Jenny,
Okay.
perfectly.
From all of the pains and traumas she went through, bringing 6 children, along with extended family, 7, and not making much income, a very minute portion. We were so much asking her every now and then, Mother, how are you managing? What are you doing? How? But we always saw her with a smile on her face, not wanting us to know what she was going through. But one day, I saw her in her room and she began to cry. And when I went in, I asked her, but she couldn't explain. So I sat and thought to myself, why is my mother in this condition? I'm giving a brief history of my life. Why is she crying? And what I begin to fathom is that a single mother going through all of these support, morally, financially, educating her children, medically, or a single woman with 6 living children and 7 extended relatives. I think these are what she's going through, and I felt broken that day. And I went in the corner and I shed tears. And I said to myself, my mom is not the only woman. I believe there are millions of women going through these problems. So I will not let go. I will fight in that position to bring laughter and joy into the life of women. It broke my heart, but I had to build up myself. We had to go to school, but the education that we really needed at then, it wasn't because single mother doing all. We had to go to the ones that she could afford. And that's how we were and we went through. But through it all, let's go to the next slide, please. Through it all, I knew these were all difficulties and struggles, but I said to myself, I will not let go. That's why I say I meant by crossing the bridge. We all know bridge is always built over a huge river or a deep valley that no one can easily cross. Especially to walk through the river, no, to walk through the valley, it will be very risky. So I consider this bridge to be the obstacles, the problems, the difficulties, and all of the chaotic challenges that life will afford to you. How will you manage to pass? That was the greatest concern. And I said to myself, I will cross this bridge. Be it what I will cross. I am not broken. What my mother has passed through, it has just motivated me to push on. Therefore, I made use of all opportunities that came my way. I went to school. I was educated. I went through my high school and I went through my BSc University. And now I'm at the master program in Atlanta International University. And there's more to still go because the process is to be continued. And With all of the challenges, I saw in my spirit, in my dream, that there was a beautiful city. And that city is what we call success. How do you reach that city? You must go through the wars of challenge and fight through. And within my mind, looking at all of the circumstances of women, I said, I will do it, I will endure, I will persevere, whatever it may be. I'm not looking at myself, but I have come to know that women are life givers. So life giver cannot be in pain and hurt. They must be in joy to give life. So I said, no matter what, and today I'm where I am by His grace, and I have come to the era to bring women on board that we can fight this journey together. Success isn't necessarily legacy because I'm not. Hello, are you getting me?
Yes, Jenny, we can hear you.
Okay. Because conforming undermine its essence and not properly managed. Success, I can hear people say they are successful because of what they have acquired, the material wealth and education they have acquired, so they say they are successful. But for me, I have come to the point I say, if you are successful, your success must be shared. It must be seen in the lives of those that are hurting and hopeless. Because those that are hurting and hopeless, when they are in joy and have peace in mind, then you have succeeded. But when people are still crying and faces are all frown, especially life giver, I consider women as life giver. When the life givers are all in pain and tears and don't know their way out, and you are succeeding and happy about your success, that is not success. That's what I feel within my own spirit. That is not success. But when those that are around you and the women in your locality, they are in joy and they are benefiting, they are joyful and smiling and succeeding from what you have acquired, then that's success. And in this life, that's the bridge I'm talking about crossing. When you are on the bridge, grab another person and say, let's go, you can make it, let's move together. And you all walk. Next, go to the next, and you all walk and take another journey. Behind the bridge, life behind the bridge. Mr. Dr. Edward, can you go to the next? Life across the bridge. When one succeeds, as I was saying, it is not a stopping point, but it is a foundation for another journey to success. You are picking up a person or a generation or multitude of women and crossing them, those that are broken and don't have life again. That's the way of success. A lot of women around our world, and a lot of women that have studied about and have come in contact with, they are broken, hopeless, homeless, frustrated, don't know their way out. It pains my heart, it breaks me down, and when I said, no, Lord, help me to have to give life to these people. I arrived here not by chance, but by persevering and determination. There are women there don't know how to persevere. They don't have any sense of determination. But you who have seen and grab it, you lead the way. And that's where I have found myself. I have a passion, and that's why I'm working on. And that's why I call myself a rescuer. I say I am a rescuer and I want to go to the highest length to rescue multitude of life givers and make them to have joy in their spirit. And make them to have joy in their spirit. That's where I have arrived. Next, sowing my legacy. Legacy is set by a person but never lived by that person. Because legacy is a seed that you give out. Once you identify who you are and you work on, then you begin to share. I was like this. I was rejected. I'm from a poor background. My mother alone strived to bring me, to raise me up, to make me to be the kind of person she wants me to be. She went to school, but not to the fullest. She only stopped to the high school, graduated, but she couldn't continue because of the 6 children she had. And she had to take care of them. So she had to stop. So we the children, we said, no, as you have stopped this place, we cannot stop there. We will go further. And I believe that there are a lot of women that are seeing this particular vision to say, no, I cannot go forward because I am nothing, I have nothing, and I have to remain where I am. Some not even making a step to even go to high school, and some have gone to high school but cannot go further because their lives are all broken and they are in pain and angry. But I said to myself, I will make it. I'm a rescuer. I have to rescue lives. That's why in all of my quest, I was able to gather 20 women. Some were out of high school, but some didn't go at all. I brought them and I began to impart into them. I opened up a trade school and I brought in trainees onto them. I brought in other women that are making headway. I said, come with trainings. And they came on board and we were able to train them. 20 of them. Today, they are my testimonies. I have some, they have open schools. And I have some, they are doing their own businesses. And some are jobbing. So I can feel, when I see them, I feel so glad and happy. I said, no, if I can do 20 women turn their lives around, that means most stay out there that I need to go and share these experiences with them and make them that they can still have life again. Their lives can be restored. Wherever they have been broken, let them know that life is still there to be restored. Their hopes can come alive. And I was able to go again for the second batch. There are 30 women now I am working along with. And the first 20 are the ones that they have joined me and helping and giving their testimonies and imparting them. And by his grace, there are a lot of testimonies because of the willingness, their minds receiving joy and peace. Their minds are being renewed. And we are still on the training of the third and second batch that is ongoing. That is ongoing. So, next, please. So they are the second batch, it is ongoing, and I can feel so much joy when I'm around them and we are interacting, and I see those that were in fear, those that their whole body was broken, their lives restored. And whenever we are together, I see joy in their spirit. Now, my next action for next year, I told them, you guys, we all going to work now and get to the rural area, the villages, the towns, and begin to bring out the potential of those other women that are broken. Once you get life, give life to others. In in conclusion, what I have learned, if life presents a blank check or a blank page to you, that which is in your mind that you have dreamed of, put it. That's why the Bible said, make the vision plain, write it out, make it plain that those that will see, they will see that vision and run along with you. So when life gave you a blank check, a blank page, create that which you have in your spirit, write it out on that page, and present it out. Give it that others that will see will join you into that ring and move up with the passion that you have. If life presents only a word, whatever life presents to you, make use of it. Do not be deterred, because sometimes life will come with challenge, but know that that challenge is meant for your strength, to break you up, to build you up. It's not meant to break you down. You can use that challenge, you build on it, and move to the next level. Once you go to the next level, that particular challenge that came is nothing for you. And that's where I have come. Whenever I'm faced with challenges, I know that it is meant to build me up, to push me ahead. I always learn this song, say each tear that a woman shares has a lesson. It makes her stronger and wiser. So it's always in my mind. That's why whatever life comes, I turn it, when it comes back, I turn it into good. That bad situation, I turn it around. And that's where I am going with a lot of it, because I see all around me there are women that are crying every day. Life givers can never be life takers, because you cannot be given life and you destroying your own life. When you are broken and destroyed, and your mind is not set, you will not have the life to give. Rather, you will be destroying your own life. And I say, no, it's time to give life to them. And that's my prayer, and that's my cry, and that's my plea. As a rescuer, I'm ready and I'm ready and I'm going ahead. I have done for 20, and now I have 30 on board that I'm working along with, restoring their life and making them to have a sense of direction, to persevere and have a great determination towards success. And next year, by His grace, I'm going to the rural areas to begin. I want to have 50 on board that we can help to restore their hopes and build up their walls and make them to know they are productive people for life, for the generation to come. Next, please. These are the pictorial of the women being imparted. The first batch, this was 2009 up to 2013. These are the first people that went through the time, and today there are great testimonies that are flowing. They are imparting, they are moving on. And once 20 women have been imparted, their lives have been transformed. 20 going to meet another 20, 20, 20, or 5, 5. The number begin to multiply, and we begin to affect lives gradually in a positive direction. And the next batch, lastly, these are the next batch. Is lastly, Dr. Edward, the pictorial of the second batch, during the recruitment process, went from community to community and begin to do the align advocate and begin to do the selection of the women. After giving a platform to the community leaders, and I went one-on-one, such one-on-one counseling, one-on-one intervention, and that's how we're able to collect some. These are few of them on the second batch, but they are 30 in numbers. But these are the few. So women are life givers. Let us desire them more and impart into their lives. That's my vision, and that's my dream. the more I see women happy and enjoy, it pleases me a lot. And I feel so much comfortable. When we are crossing a bridge, a single person crossing a bridge, the virtuous song can never be as strong as when multitude crossing a bridge. When multitude of women crossing that bridge, when the virtuous song has been sounded up, you hear the crowd, and it sounds with a mighty thunder. And that's where I want, and I'm going. I don't want to be alone to cross the bridge. I know a lot of women on the platform that have crossed the same bridge, but I want you all to join me and let us continue to bring out the crowd. There are so many multitudes still out there, and they are so much. For this reason, most of them are prostituting their lives. Most of them are setting up their pride. So let us jumble and hold hands together and rest perishing from falling. Thank you and over.
Thank you so much, Jenny. Your presentation was worth the wait. I know we had some problems at the beginning, but thank you so much for sharing all of this. There's something that really stuck with me in one of your slides where you said success is not a legacy because sometimes we conform. And that is part of our integral culture here at AIU. Not conforming, but always seeking the uncertain, always seeking growth. How would you encourage people to seek that growth and to not settle just because you think you're successful, but to go for more?
Come again, I didn't get you, please, because I had other people behind me. Can you come again, please? I never
Yes,
got
that
you
how,
clearly.
what advice would you give to people? Because one of your slides said that success is not a legacy because sometimes you reach a certain level of success, but then you conform. So what advice would you give to all of our participants here on how not to conform or how to always strive for more?
How to always beat people, man. Okay. People, don't confuse me, please. Please, give me 5 minutes. Please. Yeah, you are asking me how can I motivate? What can I ask? How can I share this with others to
Yeah, what advice would you give the participants here to not conform, to just because you think that you're successful, thinking that that's legacy, but how to keep striving for more or how to share that knowledge with others? What advice would you give to them?
Okay, the advice that's why I said to all the people in the platform on the platform, the advice that I have for all of us is that once we succeed, maybe our success would be, as I was saying, the financial breakthrough or the material substance. But I said, for me, I don't believe that to be success. For success, once you are smiling, others are smiling, millions are smiling, that's success. And like what others were saying on the platform that they want to start to, they are creating education and around, that's good. And because you are sharing life, you are sharing out your success, you are sharing out to bring people that are wounded, people are broken, and you want them to be fully in charge. So I'm encouraging every one of us to continue this task. Let us go out there, leave our comfort zones, and go out there to the ones that are broken. And give them smile again. Once they smile, we ourselves will smile, and our smiles will be great. I wanna getting where you are driving at. I'm so much between two sisters now. They are behind me to shut down. I'm online. There's so much. Hello.
Yes, thank you for that. Sorry. Yeah, I think that's very important what you said. And what's next for you, Jenny? What are your next projects? I see you work a lot with young women. What else do you strive to accomplish with these young women?
Yeah, okay. What I tried to accomplish with young women, like I said, the first batch was 20 and the second batch was 30. And now I said that I want to go to the urban areas in our towns, villages, the where we call in the bushes, because that's the urban area where people are really devastated. They don't know their way out. They are so much frustrated. These are the areas that I want to go by next year, at least to form a training session for them and give them life again. Training, counseling, and so forth. That's my next goal for next year, to launch into it and get on my feet for those people. But what I can usually do, I go ahead, I invite the villagers in the town choir, and I have a town choir set up to go and make the announcement. And when I get there, I meet the community leaders, we sit, we discuss, and I go one-on-one. Because sometimes if you tell people come on board, some of them will reject it and they don't even know the true essence. So I can go one-on-one, talk with women, and I get your platform. I tell you, and then I get you on board and we begin the process. And that's what I will really be doing next year, right after my graduation. I'm launching out to get these women. And I will not sit until I have gotten multitude of women being transformed. Because as I transform five will transform five, and then the train will be going on.
Yes, thank you, Jenny. It's amazing work you're doing with these girls. And like you said, that one-on-one counseling, I'm sure really helps them because you invest your time. And sometimes that's all people need is just a little bit of time. We have Elizabeth Marunda would like to make a comment. Elizabeth, you can unmute your mic.
Yeah, what if you off?
Go ahead, Elizabeth. We can hear you.
Were you talking to me?
Speaking with Elizabeth, she wanted to make a comment. I don't know if she's still on. Just in some of the comments that we have in the chat, Jenny, somebody said, keep it up, Jenny. You're an inspiration to us since empowering women is so refreshing. So you're inspiring a lot of people here today. If anybody has a question, you can go ahead and unmute and ask Jenny your question. I see some raised hands from Maureen, Maguo, and Misha.
Hi, Doc, can I come in?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Mine is not a question once more. It's just a comment. And I text a message to that effect that I'm agreeable with her that success and legacy cannot be synonymous. They are not synonymous. Precisely because if success does not translate in effecting change in the lives of other people, then that must be something less than success. Remember, Doc, that success is very much like a possession. And possession is not what we possess. It's very much typical of a flow that has just taken refuge in our own backyards, subsequent to which then it will flow, which therefore means that whatever that you deem as success or as achievement or as possession is just of a temporary nature. Just like the flow that will always go subsequently. At some point, will depart from the very soil of this earth. That is why it is so significant that we leave behind legacy. We have to create legacy so that future generations are able to benefit therefrom. In short, legacy has an element of beneficence. If it's just success that does not translate into any form of benefit to change the lives of the people out there, obviously it cannot be referred to as legacy. So I agree with you on that note. Thank you.
Thank you, Given, for sharing that. Is there anybody else that would like to give a comment or a question for Jenny? Isaac, I see your hand.
Yes, please.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, I congratulate my sister for the job well done. It is good what she has started. All that I'm pleading with all people who are hearing us to encourage her, and any support we can give, we should give to her so that she can change people's life. Because if you want to change people's life without resources, it becomes difficult to do what you want to do. So with what we are seeing, we are pleading with all the AIU community, whoever is having help in terms of financial, mental, whatever it is, any resources that we can use to help her achieve a lot of goals that she has in her mind, and that will make AIU a great community. Thank you.
Thank you, Isaac, for that comment. Yeah, I agree. Jenny's definitely an inspiration. We've heard from so many people today that are really making a difference in our youth, in our communities, and it's very inspiring for all of us to find ways to give back and to leave that legacy. Is there anybody else that has a question for Jenny? Okay, there's no more questions. Jenny, thank you so much for sharing with us today and for being able to present this way. Thank you so much. We appreciate and keep doing that great work with all those women. Edward, I think we can stop
Okay,
the
thank
recording.
you.